We've got a loaded show coming up for today's video here on Giants Now by Chat Sports. We're going to talk about Azeez Ojulari as multiple NFL insiders from ESPN have linked him to the Detroit Lions via a trade. We're going to start the video with that, and then we're going to end the video with my favorite topic of the week. Saquon Barkley said what? Yeah, Saquon, you're wrong, just like you always are. And I can't wait to boo your ass this weekend. Make sure you are, though, subscribe to the channel. We put out free, informative, entertaining updates every day on the New York Giants. And we're trying to beat Eagles now in subscribers picked up this week. We are right there. So if you love the Giants, but more importantly, if you hate the Eagles, hit that big red button and subscribe to the channel. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show and supporting the program. Let's start with this. Trade rumors are starting to heat up as we are a couple of weeks away from the 2024 NFL trade deadline. And I've been kind of hesitant about talking about the New York Giants trading for players because I don't think that they should. I think they should save their assets and prepare for the offseason. But when it comes to trading away players, Azeez Ojulari is a guy that I know has interest across the league, and the Detroit Lions make a lot of sense with Aiden Hutchinson now out for the year. This is what Jeremy Fowler of ESPN said, quote, Giants pass rusher Azeez Ojulari interested teams back in August because he was behind Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau on the depth chart. He has 3 sacks in 6 games. I don't expect the Lions to mortgage their future, but I expect them to at least look around. Also, Dan Graziano of ESPN in that same article said Ojulari is a great name to watch if the Giants tumble out of contention when talking about the Detroit Lions. Look, any team out there that is in need of a pass rusher should call about Azeez Ojulari. The question is, should the Giants make the deal? Look, if I was the Lions, I'd make the deal too. We know Azeez Ojulari is a good football player. I said before the season, if the New York Giants were going to be an elite defense, it would be because Azeez Ojulari becomes an elite situational pass rusher. Now with Kayvon Thibodeau out for the next 4 to 6 weeks, he's going to have to take on a bigger role. And he already played great last week against the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday Night Football in his first start. He had 2 sacks in that game. He was relentlessly in the backfield, and he made a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage. He's honestly been good this year so far in a limited sample size. Hasn't played all that much, but he's got 3 sacks, 12 pressures, 8 QB hurries, 3 tackles for loss to go along with 14 tackles. And this is not something that is new to Ojulari. He's had a lot of success throughout his career. I mean, in his rookie season in 2021, the guy had 42 pressures, 27 hurries, and 13 QB hits. For the next 2 years, he played in just 18 games combined. It's never been a question of talent with Azeez Ojulari. It's come with availability and the ability to be healthy and durability. And it seems like he is healthy, and we're seeing him play good football right now. I went and I looked at Pro Football Focus, and I looked at players that had at least played, it was like 60 snaps so far this season. And I looked at pass rush win rate, and I was actually surprised. Kayvon Thibodeau, he's the highest of all the players on the Giants outside of Dexter Lawrence, the best non-quarterback in the NFL. He was ranked 36th amongst edges. Brian Burns, 49th, and Azeez Ojulari, 58th. Look, Ojulari, I think pound for pound, and when it comes to just pass rushing mechanics and having multiple moves to go to, he is arguably a better pass rusher than Kayvon Thibodeau. Look, I understand the Lions need him, and they may be able and willing to pay a tax to get it done. But if I was Joe Schoen, I'm not so sure I'm just dying to go out and trade Ojulari. He played good football last week, and throughout his career, he's played good football when healthy. And he's still just 24 years old. Like, this guy hasn't even touched the prime of his NFL career. He is going to be a free agent this offseason. So the decision that Joe Schoen will have to make is, do we view him as a long-term piece to this football team? If the answer is yes, you don't trade him and you keep him, which means you would have to pay him. And there's going to be teams out there in free agency that are probably going to throw him a little bit of a bag. But I've been watching the Giants for a long time. 29 years old. I'm going to be 30 this freaking Saturday. It feels weird. But the best teams that I have watched for the Giants have multiple options and multiple people that can come off the edge. When the Giants were at their best, They had multiple pass rushers. You can never have enough. The Giants are really thin there. I'll ask you, though. This is what I think it would cost. I think the Lions would be willing to part with a 4th-round pick to acquire Ojulari. Ojulari is entering his 4th year in the NFL, well, in his 4th year now, and he was a 2nd-round pick. So I'd say a 4th-round pick is about what it would cost. Would you make that deal, though? Would you trade Azeez Ojulari to the Detroit Lions for a 4th-round pick? Type A for accept, type D for decline. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'll share my take on if I would make this trade in a second. But first, I got to give a major shout out to today's sponsor, PrizePicks. If you love playing daily fantasy sports and you love free money, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. And PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in the game, will give you $50 for free when you play a $5 lineup. All you do, pick 2+ players, choose more, choose less. Then you win big money, and then you withdraw your winnings. They've got football, they've got baseball, they've got basketball, and we're rolling with a lineup for this Saturday's slate. Give me the more on Quinn Ewers. Give me the more on Nico Yamaleava, and give me the more on Evan Stewart as well. This is a winner. If you want to win money, use that lineup. Or if you think I don't know ball, you can fade my picks, but do it at PrizePicks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. I love having PrizePicks as a sponsor of this show. It's one thing that I love to play is PrizePicks, and I want to keep them around. And the only way we can do that is if you guys show love. So support the show, support the sponsor. Go to PrizePicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and they will give you $50 for free when you play your first $5 lineup. All righty, when it comes to trading Azeez Ojulari to the Detroit Lions for a 4th-round pick, I think I would decline that deal. I understand that a 4th-round pick is a very valuable asset, especially as the New York Giants continue this rebuild and this retooling. I think we're past the rebuild phase. We're kind of in this retooling phase. I guess it could be a rebuild because we still have Daniel Jones at quarterback. But we don't need to go there. You guys know how I feel about that. A 4th-round pick is valuable, but the Giants are thin at the edge spot. Like, you've got Brian Burns. You've got Kayvon Thibodeau. And then after that, you don't really have anybody. You had Patrick Johnson playing a lot of snaps for you last week, and he was a waiver claim he was put on waivers by the Eagles, and you picked him up in a waiver claim midway through the season this year. You are thin there. So I think keeping Ojulari is a good idea. The question is, will a 4th-round pick be better than Azeez Ojulari? In theory, yes, you could find a 4th-round pick that is as good, maybe a little bit worse, maybe a little bit better than Ojulari, and that player would be cost-controlled for the next 4 years. I don't know if that is going to happen. The question I have is, what if Azeez Ojulari turned the corner? What if he's finally going to be healthy? What if he continues to get better? We saw him start one game last week for the Bengals, and he was dominant in the backfield. He had 2 sacks, multiple tackles for loss, and he put pressure on Joe Burrow all night long. I wouldn't be in such a rush to trade Ojulari, but I would totally understand it if Joe Shane did pull that trigger. Alrighty. Oh, this is going to be fun. Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. I mean, Saquon, you're better than this. You're smarter than this. You know that there is no water under this bridge. Just listen to what he said. I don't expect a great reaction returning to MetLife Stadium this Sunday, but I don't expect to be booed. I look at it like this. The Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants probably played in over 200 games. This rivalry was there before me, and it's going to be there after me. Maybe I'm naive, but I think it's over. That chapter's closed. I truly don't care no more, and I'm pretty sure the fans don't care no more. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? This guy is light in between the ears. You think that we forgot? Yes, you are naive, Saquon Barkley. I cannot wait to boo this dude on Sunday. I didn't forget, brother. There's no water under the bridge. I am the most pettiest mother effer in the whole world. We still care. And I cannot wait for the entire stadium Sunday to boo! 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 Every time he touches the football, you better boo his ass if you're at MetLife Stadium. How convenient of this guy. Chapter's closed. You just went on the Rich Eisen show or the Dan Patrick show in week 4. It's week 7, dude. That was 3 weeks ago. You don't get to choose when the book opens and when the book closes. The book is open and the pages are still being written, my man. You are ridiculous to even think this. If you go to the game this Sunday, boo this piece. Stand up on your feet and boo, because he's a fraud, he's a liar, and he is a traitor. But most importantly, he is a Philadelphia Eagle, and I frickin' hate the Philadelphia Eagles, and I hate Saquon Barkley. Will you boo Saquon Barkley this Sunday? Type Y for yes, or type N for you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan. Because if you bleed Giants blue and you love this football team, you better boo this man, or don't show up. Sell your tickets to somebody that will. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you are following me on social media. All the things that a YouTuber tells you to do, do it. Hit me up at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter, at @MarshallGreen_ on Instagram. Saquon, you're a funny dude.